Now, that's a great twist. Hi guys, what's up? Your boy is back with Vigilantes episode 6 review, so let's dive into it. At first we see a Yakuza member complain about their group being labeled as villains due to new laws, but Rogiya insists that it won't change their way of life. The Abegawa Tenchu gang's lieutenants, all with powerful quirks, quickly resort to violence. However, their opponent is ready. Stendhal crashes through a window and takes them down within seconds, using his ability to paralyze enemies by licking their blood. Later, he meets with Keen, who supplies him with the drugs. He agrees to keep working with her for now, but warns that he'll eventually come for her too, as she is also a villain. I know the Yakuzas were complaining about being labeled as villains, but it kind of felt ironic, because technically, they are also villains, even if they disagree, don't you think? We see Soga and his friend visit Tokage at the hospital, a group member with lizard abilities. They talk about their past use of Trigger and the powers it gave them, but also acknowledge the danger, as Tokage nearly died. While they joke about it, Soga remains serious. That night, Soga meets Keen, who complains that he didn't bring his friends. When Stendhal shows up to hunt him, Soga realizes it was a setup. Despite that, he refuses to use Trigger again and prepares to fight with his natural abilities. However, Keen disapproves and sends a swarm of bees to drug him against his will. I guess Soga isn't really a completely evil person, rather he is just an average teen who enjoys bullying others. Also, don't you guys feel like Soga could have escaped from there if he tried? Moving on, we see that as Soga transforms into a giant creature, he reflects on being judged his whole life for his appearance and speech. Like Stendhal, people have always labeled him a villain, even when he did nothing wrong. Before the fight begins, Koichi shows up and tries to calm things down. However, Stendhal refuses and strikes Soga in the chest with full force. Realizing Stendhal intends to kill Soga, Koichi rushes to help. Despite having a knife thrown into his leg, he carries Soga to safety. Just as Stendhal paralyzes Koichi and things seem hopeless, Knuckleduster arrives. I don't know about you guys, but this is the tension and threat I was hoping to see in all the other previous episodes. It felt like something might really happen to Koichi until Knuckleduster showed up. Then we see Stendhal tries to persuade Knuckleduster not to interfere, claiming he only wants Soga, but Knuckleduster doesn't budge. He tosses a wire on the ground and challenges Stendhal to either flee or try to cross it. As Stendhal charges forward, Knuckleduster anticipates his move and lands a punch to his face. He then explains to Koichi that some people wear a mask to feel like they've become someone stronger or different. This hits a nerve with Stendhal, though in the wrong way, making him reflect that there's something worse than villains, fake heroes. He thanks Knuckleduster and retreats to his hideout. So yeah, just as I expected, our main trio ended up clashing with Stendhal, and it brought up a sly side of Knuckleduster, which was pretty interesting to see. Also, all the action scenes of this episode were amazing. At the end we see Stendhal stare at his reflection, seeing the world in a new light. He admits how fake he's been and claims to finally understand everything. When Keen tries to interrupt, he responds by throwing a knife into her eye. In a frenzy, he mutilates his own face, tearing off his nose and declaring he no longer needs a mask. As he walks away, he says the only trace he'll leave behind is blood. Shockingly, despite the knife lodged in her empty eye socket, Keen is still alive. If Stendhal is reminding you guys of someone from the main story, then your guess is probably spot on, because this seems to be the origin story of Stain, and I love the way things are being connected here. Nonetheless, this was a pretty good episode, and things are finally starting to move. By the way, episode 7 has been out for a while. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone. If you like my video, then check out some of my other videos. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep me motivated to make more videos, and you can also leave a comment if you want to say something, because it helps me fight the almighty YouTube algorithm. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram or check out my Facebook page, links are given in the description. Until then, see ya.